All right, guys, so let's talk about what actually happens when you blow up on YouTube and also what to avoid. So there's 4 things I'm going to go over that I think are really important to know where you either want to do certain things or you don't want to do certain things. And these 4 things are going to save you a ton of time, effort, and money when you do have that first video that blows up. And they're going to help you turn that first video into many, many, many other videos that end up blowing up as well, okay? So if you appreciate me making this type of content, let me know by gently tapping that like button, and let's jump into it right now. So this is gonna be a very kind of like raw, authentic video, not really going to have a script with this one or anything like that, but basically the very first video that blew up on my channel was the most useless degrees. This video ended up getting over 4 million views, blew up on my channel, and because of the fact that it blew up, it caused a bunch of other videos, even ones that I'd posted before it, to also blow up. But it only did that because of what I'm about to talk about. So the first thing that's going to happen when one of your videos takes off is you are going to be in the YouTube Studio app, right? That you probably have on your phone and you certainly have on your computer. And you're just going to be refreshing that app like crazy. You're probably going to be spending like all of your time on your phone. And this is exactly what happened to me as well, by the way. When my first video blew up, you know, on my days off, for instance, if I was off of work, I was just constantly refreshing the app. Even when I was at work, I don't usually look at my phone that much when I'm at work, but I was on those days. I was constantly refreshing the app, seeing, you know, how many views it got, if it was slowing down. And it's really fun. Don't get me wrong. You get a lot of dopamine from it, but it's also a massive, massive waste of time. And it's kind of something that you want to get over as fast as you can because it's cheap dopamine, right? It's, yes, you are accomplishing something. Yes, it's amazing, but it's also not going to serve you that much beyond just, you know, the initial excitement of blowing up. Okay. So you really want to try to avoid refreshing the app a million times or, you know, spending all your time on the computer, you know, just looking at your analytics all the time, unless you're doing it for a purposeful reason, which is what I'm going to get into with number 2. And this second thing is probably the most important out of all the things, okay? And that is you need to make sure that you upload more videos that are similar to the video that you uploaded that actually blew up, okay? So this is absolutely the most important thing. Now, and this is where I see a lot of people mess up. So let me explain this. I'm going to explain it in several different ways so you understand how unbelievably important this is. First of all, the topic that blew up, right? Let's just say you uploaded, you're a finance creator. I'm just going to make this up, by the way. Let's just say you're a finance creator and the topic that blew up had to do with credit cards, okay? So you're a finance creator. You make a bunch of different videos. Some of your videos are on stocks. Some of your videos are on, I don't know, 401k, Roth IRA, how to invest, index funds, ETFs, whatever. But the video that blew up was on credit cards. I cannot tell you how important this is. Make more videos on the subject of credit cards. Okay. So let me just tell you why this is so important. Pretend like you went to an art class. Okay, pretend like you went to an art class. Maybe it was a class that you had to take for college or something like that, right? But you went to an art class, and this particular class was on portrait photography. Okay, so you took a whole class on portrait photography. You meet somebody in the class who you think could potentially be a good friend, right? You sit next to somebody, you start talking, you're like, oh, this person might be a good friend. If you ask them immediately to go on a trip with you to Mexico, they're going to think you're crazy, right? They're going to be like, whoa, this person is off their rocker. They're very weird behavior to ask me to go to Mexico right away. I don't even know this person. I just met them. However, let's say you do something else instead. Let's say you ask them, hey, do you want to go and practice portrait photography after class? There's a very good chance they're going to say yes to that, right? And then after you've done that, you two went and you did some portrait photography and you kind of practiced the stuff that you were learning in the class. You know, a few weeks later, you ask them, hey, do you want to do that again? But instead of portrait photography, we do landscape photography instead, there's a good chance they're going to say yes, because chances are, if they're interested in taking photographs for portrait photography, then they might also be interested in landscape photography too. It's like, makes a lot of sense, right? And then the week after that, you ask them, hey, we have these nice cameras. We're only taking photos with them. Why don't we go take some videos as well? Let's practice, videography. Take some nice videos of landscapes or something like that, right? There's a pretty good chance that they're going to say yes to that as well. And then the next week after that, you're like, you know what? I'm kind of getting tired of cameras. Do you want to go and do like a painting class at some point? Like one of those classes where you go and drink wine and paint something or something like that, right? Just practice painting. It's still art related. They're pretty good chance they're going to say yes to that too. And then finally, you just ask them, hey, do you just want to go get lunch together or get dinner together, just hang out? There's a pretty good chance at that point they're also going to say yes there too, right? Even though it has nothing to do with art, like they spend a lot of time with you at this point, so they like you for you at that point. And then finally, months later, you ask them, hey, do you want to go on a trip to Mexico? There's 100 times better chance that they're going to say yes to that versus you just asking them right off the bat. Okay, so if you have a video, so the analogy here, the point I'm trying to make is if you have a video about credit cards that takes off, and then you post a video that has nothing to do with credit cards next, it's like asking somebody to go to Mexico right away when you first met them. When they first watch your video about credit cards, they don't care about you as a human being for the most part, right? They care about the information or the problems that you're solving for them. They care about the credit card information. But after they watch your content for a long time, they're going to start to actually care about you as a human being. And they're going to start to be interested in your other opinions on different topics. So, after you've posted a few credit card videos, you might post a video on other ways of getting credit, like maybe, getting credit to start a business or, getting credit with government grants or something along those lines, other things that involve credit. And then a few videos later, maybe you can talk about investments, right? Like real estate investment that you can get credit for, something like that, right? And then you talk about index funds, and then you talk about other stuff. And at that point, you can talk about almost anything finance related because they have an actual relationship with you. They know, like, and trust you. But what I see people do all the time is they'll have a video that blows up. Let's just say it's on credit cards, and then their very next video will be on like index funds or something like that. And none of the people who watch their original video will want to watch that second video. And the problem with that is the algorithm is going to serve the people that watch that original video that blew up the video that you post right after it. And if the algorithm sees that those people don't like that next video, it's just going to think that it's a one-off thing and, you just had one video that blew up and that's it. And it's probably going to stop sending you nearly as many impressions, right? So the momentum of your channel is going to go back down. You don't want that to happen, okay? So you need to make sure that you make more videos on the idea that blew up originally. In the case of credit cards, you'd make more credit card videos, obviously. All right, quick break. This Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm hosting a free live workshop called Make Money with YouTube in 2025. If you've been struggling to find your YouTube niche, or you don't want to spend months or even years building a channel around something that isn't profitable or just doesn't work for you in general, then this workshop is for you. Because for everyone who shows up live, I'll be giving away the Niche Validator 2.5. This is the most advanced version of my GPT-powered niche validation tool yet, and it's designed to help you instantly test and uncover profitable YouTube niches before you invest your time, money, and effort into the wrong one. And it's the most refined, data-driven version so far, and I'll be giving it away completely free, but only during this live workshop. So attend the free live workshop by clicking that link down the description and the pinned comment below to grab it. You'll also be able to ask me questions live, so I look forward to meeting you. Oh, and just a heads up, this will be probably one of the last times I'll be giving away a version of the Niche Validator for free, so make sure you click that link and show up to the workshop. Make sure you put it in your calendar, and I look forward to seeing you there. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Now, the second thing you want to do is don't just make more videos on the idea, but make more videos on the format. Use the same exact format. So just as an example, if you had a how-to video that blew up, Your next videos should also be how-to videos. If you had a listicle video that blew up, your next videos should also be listicle videos. If you had a case study video that blew up, your next video should be case study videos, and on and on. And really, the only reason why you should be looking at your analytics obsessively, or the video in general, is to just see what was it about this video that made it blow up, right? What was it that people liked so much about this video? Maybe you made a joke in the intro, for instance. You used like dry humor in the intro. Okay, use dry humor in the intro for the next video as well. Maybe there was something special about your thumbnail that made it different than some of your other content. Okay, next video, you should make a similar thumbnail, right? I think you see the point here. Make more videos that the original people that would have watched that original video that blew up would also be interested in seeing, and make them immediately after that video, right? Do not post any other videos. If you're scheduling your videos out, right? Like, you know, that's what I teach you guys to do, is batch record and then schedule out. If there's another video that's set to go live a few days later, stop that video from going live, right? Put it as private, drop everything you're doing, and make another video that's similar to the original video that blew up. I cannot tell you how important this is. This is the difference between channels that get to, let's just say, 100,000 views after, you know, a few years of posting, 5 years of posting, say, and channels that get to 1 million views. And I'm telling you right now, this is the one thing that was the difference between all those other people. I remember there was a ton of other people making content in my niche 5, 6 years ago when I first started that were around the same size as me. Some of them were even far ahead of me. They had tens of thousands more subscribers than me. And now I have, you know, over 1 million subscribers, like pretty close to 1.5 million at the time of recording this video. And those same channels are, most of them are not even 100,000 subscribers. And the reason is because when the algorithm gave them a chance, when they had their first videos blow up, their follow-up videos had nothing to do with the original video. And so the algorithm served the same people that watched the original video, the follow-up videos, and they were like, nah, I'm not really interested. Because it's basically them saying, hey, do you want to go to Mexico with me? When they barely even know you, right? They don't want to go to Mexico with you right after the first upload. Now, at this point with my channel, I can make videos on just about anything because so much of my audience knows, likes, and trusts me, and they will want to see what my take is on a bunch of different subjects. So I could make a video about credit cards. I could make a video about productivity. I could make a video about all kinds of different topics that aren't, you know, exactly aligned with the main topics that I usually talk about on my channel, and they would likely do very well because of the fact that my audience knows, likes, and trusts me, okay? So can't stress to you how important this is to do that. So next thing I'm gonna say is you also are gonna start getting a lot of brands reaching out to you. And not just brands, but also scammers and hackers, etc. They are going to start reaching out to the email that you put in your about section or any email that you have in the description. Now, that is why it's very important that you make that email a business email. Do not use your personal email, okay? Make it a business email and make sure you put for business inquiries only, okay? And the reason for that is because you are going to get a bunch of brands reaching out to you to try to get you to sponsor their content, get you to use their affiliate links, et cetera, et cetera. Some of them will say, hey, we'll give you this free desk if you just make a video on it, and all kinds of stuff like that, right? And most of these brands that are reaching out to you, I would say probably 99% of them are not going to be worth your time. Your time would be much better spent just simply making more videos, growing your channel faster, and that kind of thing, or spending time figuring out how to monetize, right? So 99% of the brands that reach out to you are not going to be worth your time. So don't get seduced when the first ones reach out to you because chances are they're not going to be worth your time. Additionally, be very careful about any links that you click, okay? This is something that all big YouTubers know this by heart. But there are a lot of scammers out there that will send you links, and if you click that link, they will actually be able to access your channel in some cases. And then what they're going to do is they're going to put like some kind of live stream on your channel that says, from Elon Musk or something, that says, if you send us Bitcoin, we'll double your Bitcoin, right? This happens to a lot of channels. Some of the biggest channels on YouTube have been hacked with this exact method. So be very, very careful the links that you click. Anybody who has access to my business email, the inquiry email that's on my public channel, they are not allowed to click any links, right? They are absolutely not allowed to click any links, okay? And then they basically read them, see if they're worth it for me to actually look at, and then I will make the decision on whether I'm going to click the link or not by looking at it, right? So be very careful with that kind of thing. The scammers are kind of trying to reach out to channels that are smaller and smaller. So channels that first had their first big video blow up, they have AI and automations that will just automatically reach out to you, and they can actually clone your browser if we're getting technical and steal your channel. So don't let that happen to you. That did unfortunately happen to my channel one time. It wasn't me that clicked on the link, but it was someone who had access to my email, my business inquiry email, that clicked on the link. The channel did get hacked. Luckily, we were able to recover it almost immediately. But there was about a 1 hour period where they were live, like Elon Musk was live streaming with a crypto Bitcoin scam. Luckily, it didn't do too much damage. We're able to recover the account almost immediately. But if that would have happened in the middle of the night, it probably would have been like 8 to 12 hours of that before the account was recovered. So yeah, just be careful. Also, a lot of the sponsorships and brand deals and stuff like that, they're just not worth it for you. Especially when you're smaller channel, there are much better ways to monetize your channel, which again, we'll talk about in the live training. Click the link in the description and the pinned comment below. Once you get to a pretty big size, sponsorships and brand deals do become more worth it though, okay? So next thing, you will want to tell everybody you know that your channel blew up, okay? And I highly recommend to not do this. So at this point in your YouTube channel's journey, you are getting views. Congratulations. You're starting to get some subscribers. You might have blown up to a few thousand, maybe even 10,000 plus subscribers, depending on how viral your video went. Congratulations. I'm super happy for you. It's an amazing moment, right? You're also probably making, if you're monetized, you're probably making, a few $1,000s at least from your video. So you're making some serious money. With that being said, you will probably want to tell other people that your channel blew up. And I highly recommend you don't do this. And I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't tell anybody about my channel until I had over 100,000 subscribers. The only person that knew about my channel was a mentor that already had a YouTube channel that was somewhat successful. And I basically, told him about my channel because he was one of the ones who kind of helped me to start my channel, right? Other than that, I did not tell anybody about my channel. Even when the videos blew up, I didn't tell them. And even the mentor, I actually didn't tell him. I just waited for him to find it just, by browsing YouTube or by looking at my profile. And there's a reason for that. So at the time, I was working as a pharmacist. And, for instance, just as an example, I made, a video that's slightly controversial, the most useless degrees. There might be some people that get offended by that. Potentially my coworkers, potentially some of my patients. And if I were to have let a bunch of people know about my channel blowing up, they're going to watch the channel. They might get offended by something and it might cause some drama in the workplace. And that could potentially obviously cause drama in the workplace, but it even could potentially have the effect of you getting fired from your job or all kinds of stuff like that, right? You have to be very careful what you post on social media, right? You can absolutely get fired from your job and it's completely legal for them to do so if something that you say on social media basically gets associated with whatever company you're working with or their brand, right? Maybe they don't want to be associated with that. They can fire you for that reason. So be very careful what you post on social media. And the easiest thing is to just simply not tell anybody about your social media account, not tell anybody about your YouTube, right? Now, you might be thinking, well, Shane, they're going to find my YouTube if I blow up, right? Actually, nobody found my YouTube channel until I was I think maybe even over 200,000 subscribers. I believe it was over 150 to 200,000, maybe even over 200,000 subscribers before I had a single person reach out to me and be like, hey, is this you? That kind of thing, right? So nobody figured out about my YouTube channel until I had hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So that's really not something you have to worry about. It's probably not going to happen. They're probably not going to see you until you have enough subscribers that you're making a full-time income from YouTube, right? Because I was obviously making more than a full-time income when I had hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So I wouldn't tell anybody at your work. Probably don't even tell your friends and family, to be completely honest with you. Just why do it, right? Why tell your friends and family? There's this thing called crabs in a bucket syndrome, where, you know, if you when one crab tries to crawl out of the bucket, the other crabs will actually grab it and pull it back down. Well, unfortunately, that is kind of human psychology as well. A lot of the time, friends and family, they're going to get jealous. They're going to start asking you for money. That's a very common one. People will start constantly asking you for money. They think you're rich just because your YouTube channel blew up. And the truth is, most YouTubers don't know how to monetize effectively, so they're not rich. And again, if that's you, if you're discovering this right now, click the link in the description, the pinned comment below, because that's what we help people do. But yeah, there's basically just no benefit to you telling other people about your YouTube channel blowing up, right? I'm very secretive about this. If people find out, they find out. If they want to ask me questions, they can ask me questions, but I'm never going to push it in their face, right? I'm never going to shove it in their face. And, you know, I think that's just a good thing to do in general. Try not to be too braggy. There's just really no reason to tell people other than it's just kind of an ego thing. You just want to like brag, kind of. I mean, you may not even be thinking that it's bragging, but it's just nothing good is ever going to come out from it. So I highly recommend not doing it. And then the next thing is just, once you have one video blow up, let's just use the example of credit cards. You need to consistently upload more credit card videos, and you need to do that for a while, ride that wave, and then eventually you can start kind of segueing into something else. And this is something I've helped a lot of people do. I have personally changed my niche at least 10 times on my channel, probably even more than that. I've completely changed my niche. And that's something that you can do when you set up your channel in the right way and you understand that you are the niche, right? The beautiful thing about YouTube, which is different than almost any other business model out there, is that YouTube can evolve with you, because you're a growing, living human being, and you're going to evolve. Your opinions are going to change. Your interests are going to change. The type of content you want to make is likely going to change. And YouTube, unlike almost any other business model out there, can grow and evolve with you, right? And so you can easily pivot your content later on, but it's important that when a certain type of video blows up, you need to make more, videos that are similar to that video, and consistently you need to do it. Not just one more, but like many more, right? You might want to do 5, 10, 15, 20 more videos like that before you pivot your content to something else. And that's what's going to blow up your channel, right? That's what's going to turn one video blowing up into a ton of videos blowing up, right? It's going to be kind of like a popcorn bag. When the first kernel pops, all of a sudden all the other kernels start to pop too. Sometimes even your past videos start to pop as well, right? And then of course, videos that you upload that are similar to the original video that popped off will start to pop too, right? So that is my advice to you when you have your first video blow up. If you're watching this and you did have your first video blow up, massive congratulations to you. I still highly recommend that you attend my live training. It's completely free. It'll be down in the description and the pinned comment below. I like to give a ton of free value on the channel, both with my videos as well as the live trainings, and just basically tell you the things that actually matter when it comes to growing and making money on your YouTube channel, right? No BS, only the things that actually matter. And if you are in a situation where you do want to work with somebody one-on-one, right? You want one-on-one coaching with myself or my team, which most of you will not, but maybe the 1% of you out there might actually want one-on-one coaching, then go ahead and book a call with us down in the description and the pinned comment below. On this call, we'll figure out where you are right now, where you want to be. We'll make a plan to get there, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together or not. You will get value from the call, whether or not we end up working together. But yeah, only do it if you're very serious about growing and making money on YouTube, because we have a very limited amount of people that we can work with in a one-on-one capacity, obviously. So yeah, other than that, check out this video right here where I go over kind of my journey of growing and making money on this YouTube channel. And you can check that out by clicking right here.